This lesson, we are going to talk about emotional decisions. Emotional decision making when in trading is literally what's killing your trades. I'm not even joking. Deciding to enter a position based on emotions or anything like that, if you let the emotions decide what you're going to do on the charts instead of what your strategy should be deciding, then that is exactly where you're going wrong, and that's where you're taking all of these mistakes. That is where your errors are coming from, and it's basically the mistakes that you're making are coming from what you think the market is going to do. This includes like FOMO, greed, all of that sort of stuff, right? Making emotional decisions is ruining your trading. So how do we fix that? Well, obviously, when we're looking to enter into a trade, we have our trading plan set up, we have our trading strategy, we've got the discipline to follow it and the patience to let it play out, right? What we're going to do, everyone says, I know you've heard this before, I probably even said it a few times in this course as well, but everybody talks about trading without emotion. Let me just say this right now. We are not robots. There is no way that we can trade with no emotions. There's no way we can do anything with no emotions, right? Believe it or not, we're human. We have emotions. It's built into us. There is going to be some sort of feeling within us that just we want to let out, and that is of course in an emotion. But when it comes to trading, pretty much the way I took this, trading with no emotions doesn't mean that you got to come in and just feel nothing and look at the charts and execute and leave. You can probably do that if you're a robot, but again, we're not robots. We actually have emotions. We don't walk around like this and just look at the chart and it does whatever and I'm not too bothered, so my strategy's not playing out. No. In the ideal world, yes, that's how we trade probably, but we're going to be feeling emotions. Now, the way I took trading with no emotions, you can still feel the emotions. You can feel like, oh shit, I want to enter here. But just that, again, is sort of like that little bitch boy voice we were talking about earlier in discipline. Don't let that voice take over and make the decision for you. You can't let the emotion make the decision. You can feel the emotion, sure, you feel it and be like, oh, I should enter, it's going. The candle's still printing, bro. It's got 30 seconds left before you can enter. If you enter on emotion, you might get lucky and it might close there. If you don't enter on emotion, you see that the candle didn't close there and it reversed and it didn't actually give you a setup and it went against you. The guy that traded with emotion, letting the emotions make the decision on that trade, he took a loss. The guy that didn't let the emotions on that trade make the decision, he waited patiently, saw that the setup was invalidating itself, and didn't enter into the market. Happy days. He still has his 2% daily risk that he can potentially look to enter into a later position that could end up winning. But the guy that already traded based on the emotional decision, he's out for the day. He's gone. So again, it's completely fine to be feeling these emotions. Just don't let them make the final decision. You have to make the final decision. I said earlier, the mind is the only thing that we as humans can fully control, is what we think and what we do, right? Do not let the emotions make that decision. You can feel it and you can, listen to it and think, oh, okay, but look, bro, again, I'll take it back to what I said before. These are just patterns on a screen. These are literally just little squares on a screen. They mean nothing. Why are you feeling shit for that? You can feel shit, like I said, but it shouldn't be an over exaggerated feeling. You should feel a little emotion, but that's it, because all of your decisions have to be based on what you're actually seeing on the charts. Not what you're feeling, but what you're seeing. Sorry. And then again, emotional decisions comes down to targets as well at the same time. It comes down to stop loss as well, even. Being emotional is ruining your trading. If you are having your stop loss set at a certain point and price starts trading towards it, do we then let the emotion and the fear of, oh no, I'm going to get stopped out, I'm going to lose all this money, make the decision that we should get rid of our stop loss because maybe price will move a little bit past and then continue down? No, absolutely not. If your stop loss is placed based on your rules, let it get hit. There's been plenty of times where I've been wicked out to the exact pip of the stop loss and then price hits my take profit. It fucking sucks, but that's the market, and sometimes it's just going to happen, so you're going to have to accept it and move on. But did I go against my plan in terms of my trading plan, in terms of my strategy? No. I followed it. I did everything right. The market sometimes wicks you out. They got to use liquidity somewhere. Sometimes is going to be you. Don't let that emotion dictate the decision you're going to make based on your stop loss, because you might eliminate it, right? You might have a day where you don't move it and it wicks you out and then it dumps in your direction and you're so annoyed. That's fine. You can be annoyed. Come into the day. You can be annoyed for a bit and then get over it. Come into the market the next day. It starts doing the same thing. You said, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Get rid of my stop loss. I'll just wait until it comes back into profit. It never comes back into profit. You're down now double what you wanted to risk on the day. That is just a capitulation from you, and it should not be happening. That is why we cannot let the emotions dictate our decisions. Again, we're taking profits at the same time. Obviously, we know how we should be looking to take profits. We know possible areas that the market could move to in profit for us to then close. As I explained slightly in that one, we don't want to be greedy. If we are greedy and we are targeting all the way at the top of, let's say this, for example, we are looking to target, say this is the daily time frame. So say in this day, we went to target all the way up to this very point. Okay. So say that a very good target would have been this point right here. Okay. Because this is a daily high. For whatever reason, that is a high form of liquidity. That should be our target. But then you see this bit right here. Previous days, you've had a target get hit and price move a bit further past. Maybe I should be a bit more greedy with my trades. Maybe I should look to place my take profit up here. We play price forward. Oh, there we go. I had a winning day if I left my target where it should have been. If my target and I let my emotions decide, you know what, nah, I want some more money on this day, I'm going to be greedy. Again, the market didn't hit that point and continued lower. You wouldn't have been taking profits. The market is designed to beat you guys. You're not meant to win in these markets. Based on these strategies that we showed you guys, then yes, there is a chance that we can make some money and become profitable from it. But you're not meant to be winning. So every time you do take a win, make sure that we're not being greedy. We can target this high. That's absolutely fine. Don't be greedy and push for that extra bit. If it's not, like, obviously if your plan is to hit a 1 to 2 and this line here doesn't reach a 1 to 2, then yeah, you're going to have to adjust and target a bit higher. But if this hits a 1 to 2.3 already, and this one is 1 to 3.8, and you're like, that's almost double what I should be winning in a day, you decide to target there again instead, you're missing that perfectly valid win that you should be taking just because you're greedy and you're letting the emotions make that decision for you. Those are the three big things when it comes to the emotional decisions. Entering the market, putting our stop loss where it should be and not moving it, and putting our targets at a place where we are not being greedy and we know that based on our rules, this is a perfectly good area to be taking profits at. Those are the three important things in terms of making emotional decisions. So again, for this lesson, there's not really too much in terms of a homework, so you guys don't have nothing to do after this one except for watch the next one. But just make sure that we are not using emotions to make our decisions. It is 100% fine to feel some emotions. Don't get overly excited about a trade that's moving into profit because you might lose the next 3 days. Don't get overly upset about a trade that's losing in 2 days in a row because based on, well, the way I trade with a 1 to 2 strategy, I'm going to make that back with 1 win. That's fine. I can take 2 losses, 1 win. I'm back to break even. Maybe even plus some if the risk to reward is slightly better. It doesn't matter. We don't know exactly. Don't let the emotions make the decisions for you. You're better than the emotions. You control your mind. That is the one thing in this world you can actually fully control. You control your mind. Don't let the emotions do it. You make the final decision. Use the discipline, the patience, and the emotions. Combine it all. No, just use the discipline and the emotion. No, just use the discipline and the patience. And then with those two implemented, you won't be making no mistakes. Use those things to make your decisions, not the emotions.